What's going on, guys? Avid Necro here, bringing you another build video. Very excited to get this one out. I have been playing some BGs with it, just get a little feel for it and see how it performs in non-CP. So with that being said, if I'm going to make a video about it, it's probably going to perform pretty well in CP as well, just giving the, the extra things that you can do with your champion points. Without further ado, let's get it going. This is a hybrid build, of course. That's just kind of how you have to play these days. Unfortunately, you can't really invest solely into one resource, so I got a little bit of the best with both worlds with this build. As you can see, we're mixing magic and stamina abilities in our first toolbar. Looking at the stat sheet, this is unbuffed. So decent across the board as far as damage goes. Like anything above 3,000 is pretty decent. Essential 3,500 plus with spell damage is kind of needed because your other buffs will factor into that 5,000 spell damage area, which is where you really want to be. I mean, that's just how PvP performs these days because the healing is crazy. Max stats looking great. They got that max health at a juicy 32,000. Mag and Stam are also pretty high to be a hybrid build, and we'll get into more of that later. Mag recovery is 1,200, but then again, fully buffed, I think it hits about 2,000, possibly a little more. I think it's more like 2,200. And then Stam recovery, it gets to 1,000 as well. And health recovery not important because we're a vampire. Spell penetration, it seems a little low. I know on paper these aren't very exciting, but all of our stuff will, sync in together and help us sink a kill, if not multiple kills at once. Yes, I'm just gonna get it out of the way right now. This is a Harmony build, so if you want to click off, that's fine. I don't really care. You're not a necromancer if you're not using the graveyard. So, I mean, that's just my own biased opinion, but take it how you want. Spell crit, 15.3%, but that could be a little higher. I know. I mean, play how you want. I don't have a problem with critting. It crits just fine. We're using a battle axe, so we're going to get that extra crit damage too. So having your crit higher, however you want to do it. I use pots, but, by all means, do what you think's necessary. We are using Bewitched Sugar Skulls just to get our max stats as high as they can. Atro for the mag recovery and stage 3 vampirism. And we are also a Breton, if I didn't mention that before. Getting into the character or the inventory here. Our weapons, we're using Dagons. This is our first set. This is the best way I feel that you can play a magic necromancer. Maybe even a Stamcrow if you wanted to, but I prefer to play Mage. It's just how I've always been. I like Magic tunes. But, thinking about every other class that has their own, excuse me, unique playstyle. Nightblades, they use magic damage. Dragon Knights, they use fire damage. Lots of dots and fire. Sorcerers use shock and a lot of burst potential. Shock and a mix of shock and magic. And so on and so on. Necromancer, what is the majority of their utility? AoEs. So, I decided to go farm this set because I wanted something that's just going to buff all my AoEs. That fifth piece right there, 475 weapon and spell damage to all of your area of effect abilities. Perfect for everything that we use. There's not a single damaging ability that's not AoE, so why not buff it, right? Sharpened, of course, we want to get as much damage as we can. You could go Nern, but I don't suggest it just because your penetration is going to be pretty low. Back bar set, it's a must. Rallying Cry. You could use Mara's Bomb. It's probably even better, to be honest, but I like having this because I don't have as much crit resistance, so it gives you that crit that you need, and then, of course, giving you some more damage as well. Plus, it gives you more critical chance, so as much crit as we can get, that's very appreciative in this build. Balorgs, you want to drop those fat Dawnies on people and get that synergy going, and that's just how you're going to do damage. Uh-oh, trainee. Yeah, this guy's using a mythic, of course. Dude, if you're not using a mythic, you ain't playing. I mean, don't kid yourself. This graveyard, mythic. That's how you play a crow. That's the only way you're going to play a MagCro. That's just how it is. Reinforced, you want to get as much of that armor as you can. And then everything else, they're random. They're not min-maxed by any means, but like this could obviously be purple. All this shit could be gold too, but I have max stam as my current glyphs on most of them, just because I want to keep the stamina high since our spammable uses stam. Impen on a few of them, sturdy because I do block a lot. Not even intentionally, I think I just do it out of habit, so I'm covering myself there with having at least one sturdy. And then I dodge roll every once in a while too, so the traits are kind of up to you. Play what feels good. Harmony, of course, and then our last one is Death Dealer's Fate. This is going to give us persistent stacks. Everybody knows what this is. It's basically just giving you more max stats. I like to play this way because, like I said, I dodge roll a lot. I use my stam for my spammable, and just having that higher pool, even though you don't have that much recovery, it makes up for it. And it's going to give your max health and your max mag a boost too. So, Dagons, go get this set and try it out. It's so much fun. It really makes the Magic and Necromancer feel like it has its place again. You can solo with this. It's a little harder to do than most classes, but at least it's now soloable. So let's get fully buffed up here. So with a pot and our synergy going, we have those recoveries. Our spell damage is just over 4. That's not factoring in the 5-piece that you get from Dagons, and it's also not factoring in continuous attack or any of the other buffs that you might get in Zero. But it does quite a bit of damage, especially when you crit. Because when you do crit with a Battle Axe, you're going to get that extra 12% crit damage. We can go look at it in the in the skills here. So two-hand, where is it? I don't even have two-hand all the way leveled up either, so this could definitely do a lot more damage. Axes increase crit damage by 12%. So do what you think feels good. I like playing like this because, let's see, on our front bar here in advanced stats, 30% crit damage. So, you know, when you do crit, and you do every once in a while, all of your stuff's AoE, so it's bound to crit sometime. It's going to hit that much harder. So, that's how I like to play this class. Jumping into the skills here, and then we'll go to CP. Caltraps, this is going to make up for that missing penetration, plus it's AoE, plus it's going to snare them too, so it's an all-around useful tip. I like playing like this because it gives you free range to move around and set up your burst. You know, like you can use this entire circle and synergize whatever souls that you have sitting here too, and stay close by, and then they're going to take the AoE damage from your Mystic Siphon. So Mystic Siphon, it's going to put a dot on yourself. By myself, I mean if someone's in 5 meters of me, they're going to take the dot damage. Or if they're in the beam, if they get hit with that cross traffic there, they're going to take the dot damage. Or if they're by the synergy itself too. So what I mean by that, for those that are unfamiliar with how... Oh, that thing's dead. Unfamiliar with how it works. Basically, if there's a soul here, make one pop up. The point of summoning this beam, they're going to take that AoE damage, or if they cross this beam, they're going to take the damage, or if they're in 5 meters of myself, they're going to take the damage. So really, really useful tool, and I want to talk more about it. So not only does it apply a dot, it's also going to give us 150 magicka, health, and stamina recovery while siphoning it, And it's going to increase our damage done while being slotted by 3% of all of our damaging abilities. And it's a free skill. And it's going to increase our penetration. It's literally so much fuck in one skill. And I can't see myself not using it anymore. Like, it has to be on the bar. I can't get rid of it. Some people play with degen or camo hunter. I mean, it's a flex spot for others, but for me, this is essential. So I keep it on there. It's going to buff everything else that's on your damaging bar anyway, so why not? And it's free. You know, it's giving you sustain, and it's free, and it does damage, and it's so much useful utility in one skill. Boneyard, I'm not going to go over it. You should know what it is. It's your main burst. Ruinous Scythe. So this is why we have all of our max stats as high as they can. It's a decent damage AoE. I know it's not a lot of upfront damage, but the bleed and hemorrhaging status effect is what I really like about it. So it does the same thing as the other morph. It's going to give you that upfront heal, and then an additional heal for every enemy. And then the magic one does a heal over time, but this one, it's so much more better of a skill because you're getting a status effect along with setting them off balance. So you follow up with this, use this and follow up with a medium weave, and you're going to stun them. It's a guaranteed stun. Why wouldn't anybody else use this if you were a Stamcrow? Like, this is an amazing ability, and unfortunately I have to play like this to time my burst right, but I made it work so that way you're able to use this without sacrificing other stuff. So, gives you bleed damage, hemorrhaging, setting them off balance. You can follow up for a good stun. Great skill. Blast Bones, bread and butter. This is going to hit a lot harder the more further away that you are. So you want to cast this first always. And then Donnie, you want to drop those fat Donnies on people with all of your AoEs going off, and it just melts. Back bar, where you're using a Resto Staff. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't get crazy. Lay down. Resto Staff, defending, rallying cry, summoner's armor, resistant flesh, race against time. This is our snare removal and speed buff. Spirit Guardian. I've always used this. I didn't ever like the intense mender. Even with the healing on the last patch, it still didn't feel that good to me. So 10% damage, transfer, why not? Another free skill, Mortal Coil. This is going to help out with our stam sustain. And it's going to increase our healing down when we have it slotted. And then I only use Temporal Guard just to have the damage mitigation. You could honestly put whatever else you want here. I don't know. Temporal Guard, I don't really use my back bar ulti, so why not just have it serve a purpose while it's sitting there, right? Jumping into the CP here. Green tree's not important, but the blue tree... Focus Mending, this is going to help our heals, 10% healing. Binding Aura, this is increase our AoEs by 6% more. Occult Overload, this is mainly for if you're able to get a kill off those tanky groups that are in zero, this is going to benefit you a lot because it's basically a vicious death in a... It's a 5... I don't know why they ever did this. This is so dumb. But this is a 5-piece vicious death in one CP tree. And then I might take this off because I feel tanky enough, but I keep it on just because I feel like I'm going to get slaughtered if I don't. So damage reduction is always good to have. Master in Arms, you could probably slot that in for Ironclad if you think you're doing enough. But like I said, do it feels good. Alright, Red Tree, Celerity, you want to be fast, movement speed, as long as you have 2 effects on you, you're going to get damage reduction. If you honestly have 10 negative effects on you and you're still alive, then you're just a pure tank, but I mean, it's always good to have at least a little bit here and there, even if it's not maxed out. I think people get misconstrued, about how this goes. So every 2 negative effects you have is 2% damage reduction. So you need 10 negative effects on you to get that 20%. Does that make sense? So people just think they can get up to 20% damage reduction all the time, but you have to like really be focused. Sustained by suffering. This is just gonna boost our recoveries even more. It's low to begin with, so this is gonna help out a lot. It doesn't really go too low in CP, but you do notice the difference in non-CP. I'm sorry, you do notice the difference when you're in Cyrodiil, though. Boundless Vitality. We're already running max health, so why not just crank it even more? You're gonna make yourself that more survivable. And then I will post a clip or two at the end of this video just showing off the build, how hard it hits. I'm going to do a few more BGs. I'm really enjoying it, so I'm just going to continue doing some Chaos Ball while the event's going on, get some get some AP. And then I'll probably stream sometime tonight or tomorrow night, depending on when you watch this video. But if you want to see this build in action, this is probably what I'm going to stick with for quite some time, unless something else comes about. But Bomb Crow is no longer needed. You can play Magic and Necromancer, a tactile aggressor now. You don't have to just solely play one play style. So give it a try. Try out the Ruinous Scythe. Let me know what you think. All right, guys. Peace out. Keep it frosty. I'll see you in the next one. Oh shit, I got leaked into Radiant. Oh, and what? I didn't get that kill? You kidding me right now? Dude, why does everyone have a leap? It's so fucking annoying. Look at him, just leap after leap after leap. Any more CCs? This build slaps though, I must say. CC'd again. I'm always CC'd in that.
Sit the fuck down. These dots hurt, man. Fuck do these dots hurt.
Quickly, grab the bull! Somebody grab the bull back!
Like what's stunning me right there? I was already immobilized. Boom. Blast bones. Fucking radiant me again, dude? What's the score? 10-1, baby. Woo! Saucy up in this bitch.
Quickly, grab the bull!
Where the fuck did you come from? Sit down. Go to sleep. Didn't you just leap me?
Get that ball! Make them drop that ball!
Why aren't my buffs going off? Radiant me again, dude.
Somebody grab the ball!
Get stunned. Get fucked.
Divine, save us!
So typical, dude. What is snaring me?
Get that ball! Make them drop that ball!
Oh boy. Yeah, I got fucked on that one. 16-2, not bad. I feel like Sword and Shield would probably be better. Whoa.
Somebody grab the ball! It's our ball now!
I'm still alive! Still alive! Fuckers. Dude, you were so dead. It's not even funny.